The visor lowered, and the gray static bled into color until the world of primal survival online unfolded around me. Sharp ridges of rock, the thick canopy of untouched wilderness, and smoke curling from a fire pit in the distance. Titan was already waiting, broad-shouldered even in avatar form, wrapped in his signature bear hide cape. Beside him stood Ace, her avatar lean, athletic, spear in hand, her movements quick and restless like she was always itching for a fight. Crash, my longtime buddy, was a walking tank in bone armor, swinging a crude but brutal obsidian club. Finally, Titan boomed, his voice echoing in party chat. Tester joins the land of the living. Took you long enough, Ace added with a smirk. Her tone was sharp but playful. Crash chuckled. Relax, you two. He's here to make me look good. I grinned. Funny, that's what I was about to say about you. The quest icon burned on the horizon. Exterminate the Ravager tribe. A swarm of cavemen had taken over a small valley village. We crouched low in the tall grass at the edge of the ridge. Below, about 20 cavemen snarled, shouting in guttural roars, their crude clubs banging against stone shields. Titan hefted his axe, voice low but eager. We hit them hard, hit them fast. Ace twirled her spear with a grin. Try to keep up. Crash cracked his neck. I'm going to smash faces. That's the plan. Then Titan roared and charged, his massive form slamming into the caveman like a boulder rolling downhill. Ace was a blur beside him, her spear finding necks and hearts with lethal precision. Crash plowed in with wild laughter, swinging his club like a wrecking ball. I followed, drawing my iron blade, but compared to the three of them, it felt like stepping into a storm already in motion. Every time I locked onto an enemy, Titan had crushed one, Ace had skewered another, and Crash had flattened the rest. Tester, you planning on joining us? Titan called mid-fight, laughing. I'm working on it, I shouted, barely finishing my sentence before dodging a stone axe. The last caveman dropped to the dirt with a scream. Smoke from their campfires drifted across the battlefield. Mission complete. Rewards allocated. Titan clapped his giant hands together. That's what I'm talking about. Clean and easy. Ace flicked blood off her spear. Top precision kills me. Obviously. Top chaos, yours truly, Crash said proudly, flexing his ridiculous avatar's arms. Titan smirked. And Tester. Let me guess. I sighed, opening the results window. 4th out of 4. Crash erupted into laughter. Oh man, dead last. Just as I predicted. Don't feel too bad, Ace said with mock sympathy. Somebody's got to make the rest of us look good. I groaned, but I was smiling. As the others joked, I caught sight of a tiny dev credit tucked into the corner of the quest log. My heart skipped for a moment. Dev enemy AI systems. I didn't say anything. Not to Titan, not to Ace, not even to Crash. They were too busy ribbing me about being last place again. But inside, I smiled to myself. Of course, she was behind this. The cavemen's timing, the way they fainted, the brutal little group behaviors, it all screamed of her coding style. She'd built this world, and I was walking through it with my friends. Titan stretched his massive avatar arms, axe resting casually on his shoulder. Well, that was too easy. Ace Crash, next time we go for a real fight. Something worth my axe. Ace smirked, leaning on her spear. Translation, Titan wants to feel important. Again. Don't be jealous, little spear, Titan shot back, grin wide. Crash was still laughing at me. Tester, man, you gotta admit, it's impressive. You're consistently the 4th best out of 4. That's hard to do. I roll my eyes. Glad to know my role here is comic relief. Ace jabbed. Don't forget, meat shield. You were good at drawing their aggro. Yeah, Titan added with mock seriousness. Very selfless of you. Heroic, even. I groaned. Okay, enough. Remet. One more mission. I'm not going out on bottom. We loaded into the next quest, hunt the direwolf. The environment shifted to a dense pine forest, shadows stretching long under a silver moon. Somewhere in the darkness, a massive wolf prowled, its glowing eyes a warning before the hunt even began. Crash grinned. Oh, this thing bites hard. Perfect for you, Tester. Ace's tone sharpened. Stay sharp. This AI is nasty. It'll circle, feint, and strike when you're distracted. Titan cracked his knuckles. Then we'll break it the old-fashioned way. The first growl echoed through the trees. Then it lunged, giant, fur bristling, fangs glinting in the moonlight. This time, I was ready. Titan swung wide, forcing the wolf to dodge. Ace darted in with her spear, drawing its eyes. Crash charged headlong, but the wolf juked sideways. That's when I moved. Slipping low, I slashed its flank, landing the first critical hit of the fight. Blood sprayed across the snow, and the wolf howled in fury. Nice hit, Ace called, genuine surprise in her voice. The beast lunged at me, but I rolled under, driving my blade into its belly. It staggered. Titan's axe crushed its ribs. Crash's club smashed its hind leg, and Ace finished with a spear thrust through its throat. The dire wolf collapsed with a final whimper. Snow settled. The silence of the forest returned. Mission complete. Rewards allocated. Titan let out a booming laugh. Well. Look at Tester climbing the ranks. Ace checked the leaderboard. No way, he's second. Second, above Crash? Crash groaned. Oh, come on. I got robbed. I grinned. Feels good to break the curse. Don't get cocky, Ace warned, but I could hear the smile in her voice. Titan rumbled. He earned it. That flank hit was clean. Didn't expect it. I shrugged, though I was grinning under the visor. Guess I just needed a warm-up. Or maybe you finally got tired of being everyone's chew toy, Crash muttered. The visor lifted, the game world fading back into my apartment. The afterglow of victory still buzzed in my chest. Second place. Not bad. Crash will be salty for a week. But it wasn't the fight that lingered. It was that little dev credit I'd spotted. Dev enemy AI systems. Before I could second-guess myself, I grabbed my phone and hit her number. It rang. Once. Twice. I almost hung up. Then her voice, soft and surprised. Hello? Hey, Dev. It's me. There was a beat of silence, then warmth slipped into her tone. Tester, I didn't expect you to call. Yeah, I know. I just figured I'd check in. She laughed lightly, a genuine sound that melted some of my nerves. Check in. You saw me yesterday. I know, but I was playing a game earlier and your name popped up in the credits. Oh, she sounded almost embarrassed. Primal Survival Online. Yeah, didn't think you'd be tied to that one. I did some of the early AI work, she admitted. Never thought you'd notice. Or care. Well, I noticed. And I paused, then let the truth spill. It actually made the game better. I don't think I've seen AI that sharp before. Silence, then a smile in her voice. Thanks. That means more than you think. She stayed on the line. No rush to go. Neither of us filled the air with chatter, but it wasn't awkward. Just easy. Finally, she said, I'm glad you called. Yeah, I admitted softly. Me too. Her voice lingered in my ears, softer now. So, did you just call to tell me you spotted my name in a video game? I chuckled. That, and to hear your voice. You sound different outside the lab. Different how? Less stressed. More you. There was a pause, then a quiet laugh. I'll take that as a compliment. It is. For a moment, neither of us spoke. The silence wasn't heavy, though it felt like both of us were waiting to see if the other would keep going. She broke it first. So, how was it? The game. Yes, the game. I leaned back on the couch, staring at the ceiling. Good. Brutal. The cavemen were smarter than expected. My friends were impressed. Impressed that you actually survived? Funny. No, impressed at how reactive the enemies were. That's all you, right? Yeah. Their group behavior system, the feints, the way they break line of sight, that was me. I knew it. Felt like fighting people, not scripts. Her voice softened even more. You really did notice. Of course I noticed. I pay attention. A small laugh, nervous this time. You're not what I expected, Tester. What did you expect? That you'd play games, test systems, and move on. But instead you call me out of the blue to tell me my work matters. Because it does. I sat up, leaning forward, meaning every word. I mean, I know I joke around in the lab, but I notice how much time you put in. I see how serious you take it. You deserve to hear it. The line went quiet for a beat. Then, quietly, "You're making it hard to keep my composure, you know that?" I smiled. "That's kind of my specialty." She laughed, and it sounded real. No shield, no code, just Dev. We drifted from the game into other things. Movies we hadn't seen in forever. Books she liked but never admitted out loud. I told her about Titan and Ace, and how Crash never let me live down being last place. She teased me for even bringing it up. At some point, I glanced at the time. Midnight. "Wow," I said. "Didn't realize we've been talking for hours." "I didn't either." She yawned softly, and I could picture her curled up, hair messy, phone against her cheek. "Guess I should let you sleep." I guess she hesitated. "But thanks for calling." "Really?" "Anytime." I hesitated too, then added, "Maybe I'll make a habit of it." A smile warmed her tone. "I wouldn't mind that." There was a sleepy pause on her end, the kind that usually meant someone was about to hang up. But instead, she said quietly, "You know, I don't usually do this." "Do what?" I asked, curious. "Stay on the phone this long. Talk like this. Not about code or deadlines or fixing other people's messes. Just talk." Her voice was softer than I'd ever heard it, stripped of the usual edge she carried in the lab. I leaned back, smiling at the ceiling. "Guess I should feel honored then." "You should." A little laugh, tired but genuine. "Don't let it go to your head, though." "Too late," I teased. We both laughed, and it felt good easy. The clock glared 12:17 a.m. I sighed. "All right, I'll let you go before you fall asleep on me." She yawned, confirming my suspicion. "Fine. But thanks again. For calling. For noticing. For being you, I guess." "Anytime, Dev." I hesitated, then added, "Sweet dreams." There was the tiniest smile in her reply. "Good night." The line clicked, leaving me in the quiet hum of my apartment. I set the phone down, still smiling. For once, the game wasn't what I couldn't stop thinking about. It was her.